Hey, Premier Planet, Justin Barlow here, and I'm here to fill you in on all the action you might have missed if you weren't able to make it out to Woodstock this last Saturday for PPW 206. We started the evening with two of the Premier Academy's top standouts currently, Jose Acosta and Levi, who actually were in the opening contest of the Contendership Challenge 1 week prior. Now, in this match, these guys, they came up in the Premier Academy together, but at the end of the match, it was Jose Acosta who was able to deliver a sunset flip on Levi to pick up the 1-2-3, but a great show of sportsmanship right after the match as the two shook hands right before Levi left for the showers. Following that contest, it was one-on-one after so many weeks of jumping through hoop after hoop after hoop. Sky Blue finally got Connor Core one-on-one in the ring. Now, Connor started the match trying to play a little hide-and-seek, for lack of a better term. Every time Sky would go in for an offense, Connor would duck out of the ring, utilize the 10 count before getting in, and finally locking up with Sky. And at the end of the match, it was unfortunately a double disqualification. And as you can see from the footage, the reason for that is Sky has Connor in a submission hold, and as they're spinning around, Sky's foot actually makes contact with the referee's head, and the referee rules the match a double disqualification because of that. But this would not be the last. We were going to hear from Connor Core and Sky Blue at PPW 206, and we'll fill you in on those details a little bit later on. After that match, it was a grudge match between Sensei and the hunk with the tree trunks, Chase Gosling. Now, for those of you who were in attendance for PPW 205 and saw the Contendership Challenge, or for those of you who have logged on to PremierProWrestling.com and clicked the on-demand link and started your video streaming service of our studio tapings, you saw what transpired in their match last week in the Contendership Challenge, where Sem actually cost Chase a chance to advance to the finals. Chase was out for revenge in this matchup. It came down to literally the last few minutes, and let's roll the footage and show you what transpired at the close of this contest. So after that match, it was one-on-one again. Repercussions from the Contendership Challenge that took place at PPW 205. If you remember, Not Bad Chad eliminated the Science Marcus Smith by tossing him out over the top rope and to the floor below. Now Marcus, he brings out this Science of Wrestling Rulebook that apparently he's uncovered, and he's in the ring citing these rules dating back to the 1930s about throwing people over the top rope and how that was grounds for disqualification way back when, 70, 80 years ago, and he demands that during his match with Chad, that rule be enforced. Now, at the end of this match, however, it was an appearance by 0-1 that forced the referee to call the match into a disqualification in Chad's favor. But at the same time, Chad is being double-teamed by Marcus and 0-1 until Irish Andy Anderson comes in, breaks things up, makes the save, and chases off 0-1, as well as the Science Marcus Smith. But the Science and Zero, they weren't going to be let to just be satisfied with the damage they caused. No. Premier COO Randy Ritchie announced that after the intermission, we were going to go into a tag team match, an impromptu tag team match. It was going to be Marcus Smith and 0-1 taking on the team of Not Bad Chad and Andy Anderson. Now, in this tag team match, obviously, Marcus and Andy, no strangers to each other whatsoever. These guys have a long and complex history. They were even tag team partners at one point, not by choice, mind you. but surprisingly, they were actually pretty successful as a team. However, that does not stop the fact that neither of these guys can stand the other one. So Marcus and Andy very familiar with each other, and also Andy quite familiar with Chad. These two have teamed in the past. However, Marcus has never teamed with Zero before. So, with all these factors in place, it was interesting to see how these two combinations were going to play out in the ring. Now, the Science and 0-1, kind of a sound strategy they had going by keeping Andy out of the match. They were distracting the referee, causing him to not see tags. They were getting Andy involved in the match so that the referee would be tangled up with him, giving them opportunities to double team Chad and try and take him out of the equation. But as the match wore on, it came so close to Andy and Chad sealing the deal. That was until Connor Core makes an appearance, jumps in the ring. Referee has no choice but to throw the match out because of outside interference. But then out to even the odds with a steel chair runs in Sky Blue. Sky, Chad, and Andy all together. They chase off Zero, Marcus, and Connor. And that was when it was announced that this Saturday night at PPW number 207, we are going to have a 6-person tag team match. That's right. It's going to be the Science Marcus Smith teaming with 0-1 and Connor Core to take on the team of Andy Anderson, Not Bad Chad, and Sky Blue. I guarantee you're going to want to be here to see all that action this Saturday night. And then it was time for the main event. After coming off the shelf with an injury, Anakin managed to be the last man standing in the Contendership Challenge 1 week prior. He earned a World Heavyweight Championship match against the 4-time champion, Matt Vine. So let's see how things transpired at the close of this incredibly intense and exciting contest.
Here's your winner,
and still Premier Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, the world exclusive Matt Vine. But all the props in the world to Anakin. No quit until the very end when it was just too much for him to take. Matt Vine retains the gold, but at the same time, Anakin proving that that heart has no age limit. At just 17 years old, he came this close to becoming Premier Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. So as far this Saturday night, let me fill you in on the details of what you can expect this coming Saturday at PPW 207. We already announced that there's going to be a 6-person tag team match. It's going to be Sky Blue teaming with Andy Anderson and Not Bad Chad to take on the team of the Science Marcus Smith, 0-1, and Connor Core. But it was also announced at the close of the taping this last Saturday night that there is going to be a #1 contenders match. Anakin is going to go one-on-one to try and earn another chance at the Premier Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship against none other than former 2-time champion and Anakin's on-again, off-again partner, the hunk with the tree trunks, Chase Gosling. I guarantee you're going to want to come out to Woodstock to see that, plus all the other exciting action we are going to have for you this Saturday night at PPW 207. Don't forget, you can stay up to date with all the happenings here in PPW by following our social media. Get online to Facebook, give us a like on there. As always, if you have questions about enrollment at the Premier Academy, we're always fielding those messages to our Facebook page. You can find us on Twitter and Snapchat. Both of those are at Premier Planet. We're on Instagram. Be sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're giving you one free match each and every week from our studio tapings. And then, as I stated before, make sure you get onto your computer, log on to www.premierprowrestling.com, click the on-demand link, and if you haven't done so already, start your 2-week free trial of our video on-demand streaming service today, where you can stream all of the Premier Pro Wrestling content from our studio tapings your heart desires. On behalf of all of us here at Premier Pro Wrestling, I'm Justin Barlow. I want to thank you all so much for your continued support of PPW. We will see you folks out here for PPW 207.